Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. If you missed my stream yesterday and don't wanna go through the hassle of watching, I don't know how many hours I played, of the Murad Milestone video, which this is a preview of, then here's a quick, relatively concise video about the upcoming West German division, the Zweite Panzergrenadier Division, the 2nd Panzergrenadier Division. Now, I call this totally not 5th Panzer 2.0, because that's what it honestly is, at least for now. Logistics tab. Only really two new units. We have the CH-53 supply helicopter. It's a big 12 HP supply helo. I find this actually interesting. Eugen didn't seem like to be a fan of going back to the 4, 6, 8, 10 HP system of helos. Instead did a 5 and 10 HP to keep things simple. And then go ahead and introduce a 12 HP helicopter. Just please go back to 5, 6, 8, 10, and I guess 12 if you want to do that. Instead of having armor reduced damage on an Mi-24, just give that 12 HP then, I guess. Anyway, CH-53, at least for this price point, not worth it unless like very niche scenarios, because you paid more than twice the cost to get 250 more supply than what you get on an MAN CAT or MAN KAT, whatever this is supposed to be pronounced like. You get a CVRV-T Sultan, which right now is actually an objective, the better M577. Autonomy and speed, whatever. Although the off-road speed is kind of nice. But it actually reveals influence, meaning if it's in a zone, you're actually gonna see the point where an enemy CV enters in. Infantry. Now this is interesting actually. Most of the stuff is actually the exact same. You can see some small arms changes here. Right, MG3, MMG, lower damage, lower rate of fire. Essentially half the rate of fire, right, every 2 seconds now. 2 seconds to reload instead of 1 second. Primary weapons seem to for now still be the same, at least for assault rifles. SMGs seem to have gotten changed. No perfect stabilizer anymore. Same rate of fire though. But all of the stuff is the exact same. What is new is for one, M40A1. Recoiled rifle, the same one you have on the Recon M113, or the modified ACAF thingy that the Americans get. Still only 1400 meters range, or RPM, which is really horrible. And hopefully not permanent, and they only copied it over from the M113 or something, because it's just bad with this range. On a Recon vehicle, this range in AP, okay, because it's a mobile vehicle. On a weapon squad, not that great. It also has HE, which is interesting, and 40 rounds. How are these guys carrying 40 90mm rounds? Someone tell me that. Next up, Milan teams. By the way, these weapon teams cannot, at least for now, enter buildings. Milan 1, Milan 2. This Milan 2 squad also available like in Mars and what, Milan 1 not, but the Milan 1 also available in the 8th Infantry Division. Then we have a second Milan 2 squad available here, Fallschirmjäger, FS Fallschirmjäger. Or just Fallschirmer, I guess. I don't know. Only available in this division. Only in ILTIS or UH. And that, as far as I know, the plan is for every Fallschirm, whatever squad, to be deployable in forward deployment, just like Recon Infantry. They said they're gonna implement or like add like a unit card indicator that tells you that a unit can do that. Right now in this build, only the Milan 2 and the East German Fagot equivalent can actually use that feature, but from what I understand, every Fallschirm, airborne, whatever squad, like Fallschirmjäger and Fallschirmjägerführer, I presume, or at least Fallschirmjäger, are also supposed to do that. Currently they cannot. Speaking of Fallschirmjägerführer, nothing really crazy. It's command infantry. Fallschirmjäger themselves though come on elite by default, no lower veterancy available. Same with the Führungssquad. Panzerfaust 3, so that's new. As far as I understand, only quote-unquote elite or special troops, or don't want to say special forces, but better trained troops or whatever troops are gonna get Panzerfaust 3, because it was available only in a limited number, which is why you don't see it on Panzergrenadier or anything. But MG3, G3, other than that, standard thing. And WARNO being the way it is, G3s and MT3s, you know, on elite, these Fallschirmjäger are gonna have the exact same stats as Panzergrenadier on elite. Of course, a bit less HE and suppression because it's 7 G3s versus 8. But other than that, the stats are gonna be the same, which I find sad. I missed the training option in Wargame, but oh well. Jägerführer, same thing. Artillery, nothing new yet either. Again, towed units are gonna come with the next milestone instead of this one. So I think here is where we'd see the towed Tampella mortar, towed FH-155, which is, I assume, essentially this gun, just towed, or a similar gun, at least the same caliber as far as I understand. I don't know if there'd be anything else. Tank-wise, you get access to essentially the same tank as the 5th Panzerdivision. You only get 2 cards of Leopard 203, but 2 cards of both Leopard 1s. Definitely want to down with this. Still get a 203 CV, also only 1 card. You also get this Striker. FYI, it seems like all all AGM vehicles got mediocre stealth, I should say. And thus far, actually not too bad. In a game I played earlier, an M1 Abrams, normal M1 Abrams, was not able to spot a Concourse BRDM shooting at it from a forest at 1700 meters range. I don't know how close they have to get, but it seems to help a good bit, so that's nice. Recon tab. We got 2 Belgian vehicles, 2 CRVs, 1 Scimitar with the Rarden. Should be 30mm, of course. How good the rate of fire actually is, no idea, because the unit cards don't tell us what the real time within a salvo is. So that's unfortunate. Like, we know it has to reload for 4 seconds after it's shot 10 times, but we don't know what, time is between the individual shots, and that's annoying. CRV Scorpion. Just, Scorpion turret with that British heat gun, the L23. You have a bow, you have Aufklärer, Jägeraufklärer, Lux, Frasit. They're all known. Then you have these guys, which are another foreman squad. They have a different transport, of course. The Spartan, which is just a basic transport with a 7.62mm MG. Decent armor all around, at least. But yeah, that nothing particularly crazy. They have no MG, so that's a bit annoying. So you can use them even less for combat than Aufklärer. And then we have Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer. Definitely not supposed to be 40 points. Which are essentially Aufklärer on steroids, because instead of the Panzerfaust 44, they also get the Panzerfaust 3. And a bow and an Iltis as a transport. Anti-air, not a lot of choices. What is missing here is the Eyehawk, towed surface to air missile, of course, big missile, which they're supposed to get, and possibly a towed anti-air gun, or maybe only the Fallschirmjäger division is supposed to get it. I'm unsure about that. Gepard, by the way, got changed, as all specs, or specs in general got kind of changed based on the caliber, more range, but also more expensive. Helicopters, you get the bow with Hot 2-1 or Hot 2. Nothing really crazy in that area. Planes, so there's some changes here, or not changes, but new stuff. You get a bunch of these G91s, Ginas, whatever they're called. HE bombs, very small HE bombs, 119 kilograms, that's not a lot. The icon is also wrong, obviously the napalm bomb icon. As seen here, which is the napalm version. They're not particularly fast, they also have only 10% ECM. I think the rocket point one might be okay. This one, I'm not sure. F104 G80, absolute dog poo-poo. It doesn't get 2 missiles off on the same target in one run, so I can't recommend it. Also no ECM, and not very accurate. Let me just remove that. Harrier. Harrier's gosh darn slow. Still faster than an A10, but really slow. And actually AIM-9s have like a real time of 3 seconds too. All of them have that, because it's really long. Yeah, they all do. Didn't really perform that well, which is not surprising given how slow it is. And even against the helicopters, it wasn't really that great, I'll be honest. I'm gonna remove this. Talked about this one and this one. Tornado IDS HE, nothing new. MW1, nothing new. Cluster, not new, but I want to put this in now. Tornado IDS with 4 Mavericks again. I think we had this for a short time on the 5th Panzerdivision. Maybe it was only the preview version until it got removed. Now this deck has it. As far as I know, Tornadoes never really carried Mavericks. I'm not an expert on this. I think in Allen Bell there was a Tornado with Mavericks for a while. Maybe there still is. I don't know if they ever removed it. But from what I understand, they never actually used. But honestly, I don't really care too much about it. It's just more like a, you know, the more you know kind of thing. F4H HE2. I don't know why it's called HE2 because there's only one F4F with HE in here. And it doesn't even carry the same, doesn't even have the same payload as the one in the 5th Panzerdivision, unless they changed it. No, they didn't. The one in the 5th Panzerdivision carries 12 Mk82s, and the one in the 2. Panzergrenadier Division carries 5 Mk83s. Which I think is better. But oh well. It's also cheaper, and 3 Picard even, like, it carries the same bombs as the Tornado AES, but the Tornado AES is 2 Picard, whereas the F4F is 3 Picard. Same ECM. F4F is a bit slower, but has better agility, so there's that. And trajectory is 10 for both. Tornado of 3, haven't really tried it out, I'm gonna put that in. Typically not really a big fan of ASFs, but you don't get Rolands here, so I think there's a better reason to use them here. And a completely overpriced Tornado GR1 seat. Yeah, it has the missile, the alarm have the same stats as... Oh, sorry, is this British? It is. Has the same stats as, let's say, the harm, right? And if you compare to like the F-16C seat, same ECM, a bit faster, same agility. Sure, you get 3 anti-radar missiles instead of 2. But you get presumably... Actually, the Mauser is the same rate of fire as the Vulcan, huh? And actually better static accuracy. Oh no. And same ranges and all that, but yeah. Obviously not really worth paying 150 points more for. I don't know why. No. In any case, that was just a quick showcase of the... which one is it? 2nd Panzergrenadier Division, right? Yeah, 2nd Panzergrenadier Division. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.